My name is Naoto Ubu, and I'm 28 years old. I'm the oldest son of a family that owns a pretty successful business. But I've had multiple health complications growing up, and because of that, I've been in and out of the hospital ever since I was born. And that was why I couldn't make any friends when I was in elementary and middle school. My health finally started to get better when I was in high school, so that was when I started attending school regularly. But because the only people I had ever talked to was my family and the elderly at the hospital, I had no idea how to talk to others and ended up spending most of my time alone. I couldn't even join a club because I wasn't healthy enough for it, so I didn't really have anyone I could call a friend in high school as well. Since I've been around doctors my whole life, I really wanted to become a doctor myself. But being a firstborn son, I had no choice but to take over my parents' business. To prepare myself for the CEO role, I decided to major in business at my university. But that was when I finally made my first ever friend. This is him, Ryota Takito. Despite me being a quiet introvert, Ryota was willing to approach me and become my friend. He's been the only person that's done that for me. He always invited me to go out drinking with him. Yo, Naoto, you free tonight? Yeah, I don't have any plans. Alright, then let's meet at the bar at 7 p.m. Also, there's gonna be like 5 other people tonight. Alright then. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm kinda running low on cash. I thought you just got your paycheck the other day. Well, my mom was involved in an accident, and she broke her leg, so she can't even walk right now. What? Is she okay? Yeah, she's not gonna die or anything, but the medical bill was really expensive. I had to spend most of my own money to pay it off. Well, I'm glad your mom was okay, but it sucks that you had to pay for it. You were looking forward to tonight so much. So, I was thinking, maybe you could pay for my drinks tonight? Sure, no problem, I got you. Thanks! Hey, you would do the same for me. And so I paid for Ryota's drinks a couple of times after that conversation. I just thought that was what friends did for each other. But to tell you the truth, I would later find out what most of Ryota told me was a lie. A few months after Ryota became my friend, I actually got my first girlfriend ever as well. Her name is Kasumi. She oozed of style and always looked amazing, so she naturally became the talk of the town around my university. I couldn't believe someone like her would ever date me, but...
Hey, Naoto!
Oh, hi!
I'm Kasumi. I'm in your class, remember?
Sorry, I haven't remembered everyone's names and faces yet.
It's alright. I remember you very well, though.
Me?
Hey, is it true that your parents own a business?
Yeah, that's right.
So, you're next in line for the CEO position, right?
Yeah, that's at least the plan. I came here to study how to run a company.
Wow, that's amazing! You know, I haven't even decided what I'm gonna do with my life yet. But you've got it all figured out. And you're gonna be running a company?
It's not that impressive. I actually wanted to be a doctor, but I had to give that up because I'm gonna have to take over the business for my parents.
A doctor? Wow, so you're smart too?
For a guy that's never had any dating experience like me, Kasumi's flirtatious attitude was enough to make me fall for her. From there on out, Kasumi flirted with me whenever she had the chance. And before I knew it, I was dating her.
Hey, Naoto, for dinner, can we go to this Michelin restaurant? I want an expensive hotel dinner and a Vuitton bag for my birthday.
Being a trendy college student, Kasumi always wanted to go to the most expensive restaurants and buy the most expensive clothing. But she was the first girlfriend that I ever had, and I wanted to make sure she felt loved. So I tried to fulfill her wishes to the best of my ability. I had to work extra hours as a cram school teacher because of that, but I tried my best to hide that from her. But just like that, not only did I finally have a friend, I even got a girlfriend for the first time. So it was safe to say that my life as a college student was going really well. But that was until that happened. It happened right after I started college. What? The company's going under? I'm sorry. I had to close down operations before things got worse. The company I was supposed to take over disappeared overnight. My father spent all of the money he had left over to pay severance for each of his employees. And so we were left with a massive debt. Now that our family was living paycheck to paycheck, I had to start using money that I made working as a cram school teacher to pay for my family's expenses. I then decided to tell Ryota and Kasumi the truth about what had happened. I thought they would be there for me and help me out in my time of need, just as I had done for them. But things didn't go the way I thought they would. As soon as they heard that my father's company went under, they started looking at me like I was a piece of garbage on the street. What? then we're not friends anymore. What? I mean, if you don't have money, there's no point in me being friends with you. Money? Was that the only reason you were my friend? Obviously.
Yeah, I'm gonna break up with you too.
What?
The only reason I was dating you was because I thought you'd be rich soon. If you don't have a company to take over, what's the point?
No, wait! Guys! Bye!
Don't ever talk to me again.
No! And in that moment, I found out the people that I thought were close to me were parasites, trying to leech off of my wealth. With my family in shambles and my only friends gone, I couldn't bring myself to go to class. I have nothing. Nothing. But on the brink of despair, I suddenly remembered what I truly wanted to do. Become a doctor and save people's lives. If I don't have anything left, then why don't I just do whatever I can to achieve my dream? It was a choice I was able to make because I had lost everything. And so I started to act immediately, beginning with my quitting my university. To get into medical school, I had to study subjects that I've never even touched before as a business major. But obviously, I didn't have the money to go to cram school, so I went to the library and used the books that I borrowed there, as well as the internet, to study for the entrance exam on my own. I also had to start worrying about paying for medical school, so I started working 2 jobs. I was really overworking myself back then, but despite all that, I never felt like things were difficult for me. That's probably because everything I did to get closer to achieving my own dream. My parents also cheered me on, and while they said that they felt sorry for what had happened, I still felt fulfilled and happy with my life. And 2 years later, though I had to take a gap year, I got accepted by a public medical school the following year. I was also able to take out a student loan. For the next 6 years, I studied hard to become a doctor. After graduating medical school, I was assigned to a university hospital for my residency program, where I worked tirelessly day in and day out. That was where I met Kiyomi, who was one of my patients at the time.
Thanks for everything, Doc.
No, it's nothing.
Yes, it is. Your words alone really help me feel better. So please, let me just thank you for all that you do.
Her smile was fragile, almost like it could just faint away at any moment, but that made it all the more beautiful. She was like me, in that she had spent most of her life in the hospital because of an illness.
I want to become a photographer. I don't know how long I have to live, but until then, I like to capture as many pretty things as I can.
As I spent more and more time with her, I got to know her better, and I came to understand that her strength was what had allowed her to fight for unfortunate circumstances all throughout her life. And slowly but surely, I fell in love with her. Thankfully, she started to feel the same way about me. And so when she got out of the hospital, the first thing we did was go out on a date together. And that's when we started dating each other. We couldn't go out on dates as much as we would have liked to since I was busy with work and she felt sick on most days. But we cherished the time that we got to spend together. But just as I was about to forget about what had happened to me in college, I got a text from them. Yo, Naoto!
What's up?
I didn't think you'd ever text me again. Can I help you? We wanted to apologize to you for what we did all those years ago.
I'm sorry I wasn't by your side when you needed me the most.
I'm not asking for forgiveness, I just wanted to apologize.
I heard you became a doctor, Naoto. I want to see how you've changed.
Am I really talking to the same people that dumped me in college? Their apologetic attitude made me wonder if they had actually changed since we last met. But I didn't think me reuniting my ex would sit well with Kiyomi, so I was about to decline her offer. But that's when Kiyomi, who was sitting next to me, said,
Don't worry about me. If you feel like you want to get over what happened to you in college, I think you should go.
But I don't know if they actually mean what they're saying.
If they do, then all is good. But if they're thinking about taking advantage of you again now that you're a successful doctor...
Kiyomi smiled and went on to tell me how to deal with those two if that was the case. All right, I'll do exactly that.
And don't forget, I'll always be here for you.
She has no idea how much her words meant to me. And with Kiyomi's backing, I met up with Ryota and Kasumi for the first time since we were in college. Hey, Naoto!
Long time no see.
Yeah. I'm so sorry about what we did.
We weren't thinking straight.
As soon as they saw me, they kneeled on the ground, put their heads down, and apologized to me. Apparently, this wasn't the first time that they tried to apologize to me. They tried to do so back in college, But as I had already quit the university we were in at that point, and because they felt like apologizing over text wasn't sincere, they couldn't. But as each year went by, their sense of guilt kept on growing to the point where they could not keep it in anymore. It's okay, both of you. I forgive you. Really?
I knew you would. You're the best, Naoto.
We're drinking till the sun goes up tonight, to our friendship! As soon as I told them that I would forgive them, they started ordering more food and drinks than we could finish. Everything seemed expensive. But as if that wasn't enough for them, they kept on ordering the restaurant's most expensive champagnes and wines. Even though I wasn't drinking, it didn't take long for our table to be occupied by empty bottles. Hey, Naoto, you're a doctor, right? I bet you make millions. Not at all. I'm only an intern right now.
But you're gonna be a real doctor soon, right? How much are you gonna make then? 100,000? 500,000? Or maybe even $1 million?
I don't know if any doctor makes that much in a year.
Oh, you're only joking, right? I'm starting to feel like I want to date you again.
Why?
Because you're kind and...
But you're the one that dumped me.
I was just a kid back then. Now I know that you're the only one that's right for me.
I want to marry a doctor too. I'm gonna go use the restroom. Okay. Hey, I knew it. He has money, so let's just make him pay for everything, just like old times.
It feels so good to drink without having to pay for any of it.
Told you it was a good idea to invite him.
Should I really go out with him again?
I knew this was what they really had in mind. I sent Kiyomi a message and told her about what I had just heard. She just told me to forget about them and come back home. Hey, Naoto, how long are you gonna be in the bathroom for?
Are you not feeling well? Is everything okay?
I ordered another drink for us while you were gone. All right, order as much as you'd like. I'm already on my way home. What?
Wait, what do you mean?
I know now that both of your apologies weren't sincere, so I thought spending more time with you guys would be a waste of my time. I already paid a third of the bill, so just pay the rest yourselves, and feel free to order more drinks. What? Wait a minute!
I forgot my wallet at home!
Then why don't you just borrow money from Ryota? I don't have enough money either! That's strange. If you don't have money, why did you even choose a restaurant that expensive? You were gonna make me pay for everything, weren't you? That's not true. Then you can obviously pay your share, right? I just don't have cash on me right now. You can use your card. I can't use my card right now either. I'm not your wallet. Never, ever speak to me again. Wait!
Please pay for everything, just for today.
And so I blocked those gold diggers so that they'd never text me again. Apparently, they ended up having to text their parents for money. Though they were able to pay the check, their parents gave them a good scolding. I don't know if this is all true or not because I just heard it in a rumor, but apparently, Ryota didn't even get a job after graduating college. He just got by every day by borrowing money from his friends and never paying them back for it. Kasumi, on the other hand, quit her first job in just 3 months and ended up working at a club while incurring an absurd amount of debt. That was why they came flocking to me when they heard that I had become a doctor. Before I reunited with those two, Kiyomi had told me that if they planned on paying for the food and the drinks, they wouldn't complain if I asked to split the bill. And when I did exactly what Kiyomi told me to do, those two ended up crying to their parents for money, and now their parents aren't even willing to help them. Meanwhile, I'm surrounded by my fiancée, Kiyomi, and my colleagues, all of whom make my life fulfilling and great.